We're now just days away from the penultimate F1 race of the season, the Las Vegas Grand Prix, which is one of the most anticipated events in the history of the sport. The drivers will race on the streets of Sin City and even fly down the iconic Las Vegas Strip, which will surely be an incredible spectacle. However, many feel that the organizers have made a terrible mistake that could cause chaos over the weekend, and that's what we're going to take a look at in today's video. Is it even possible for the event to go ahead smoothly? Despite being referred to as the inaugural Las Vegas Grand Prix, there have been F1 races in Vegas before. F1 last raced in the city back in 1982 for the Caesars Palace Grand Prix, held on a very tight and poorly designed short circuit built in a casino car park. That was the second and final F1 edition of that race, which was held in the sweltering Las Vegas daytime desert heat. The race was the final Grand Prix of the 1991 season and saw Nelson Piquet clinch the title before struggling to recover from heat exhaustion for 15 minutes. The conditions were even worse the following year, with temperatures peaking at 37 degrees Celsius during the Grand Prix. The intense heat was one of several reasons for the failure of that race and circuit, and whilst it is weather that could wreak havoc this weekend, it is for a polar opposite reason. The new race in Vegas is set to be held in very cold temperatures instead, due to a strange schedule. The organizers have made it a night race, which will look amazing due to Vegas's many neon lights, but have said that they initially failed to consider the evening temperatures during planning. The event will begin with an opening ceremony, which will feature many performances by famous musicians, held on Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. before the drivers first take to the track for 2 practice sessions on Thursday rather than Friday. FP1 starts at 8:30 p.m. on Thursday, ahead of FP2, which starts at midnight and concludes at 1 a.m. on Friday. FP3 takes place far later on Friday, beginning at 8:30 p.m., whilst the key qualifying hour will begin at midnight and conclude at 1 a.m. on Saturday, which is race day. The race, which will start at 10 p.m., will be the first F1 Grand Prix to be held on a Saturday since the South African Grand Prix of 1985, but will not be the only upcoming Saturday race, as the first 2 races of next season are set to be held on that day due to clashes with Ramadan. The Grand Prix start time is the latest in F1 history. The organizers have selected the race to be late on a Saturday so that it is in the prime time spot for American television viewers and at a fairly acceptable time on Sunday morning for Europeans. Let us know in the comment section down below what time you'll be watching the race. The schedule for the entire weekend will allow for stunning visuals in the Vegas night, but cause the sessions to have a risk of being held in very low temperatures. The sessions could be held in temperatures below 5 degrees Celsius, which is unheard of in the modern F1 era. This will clearly have negative effects on the fans attending the race, with the event CEO advising them to bring hoodies or buy some merchandise to stay warm. However, the bigger effects will be on the racing, with the most notable issue being the tire temperatures. The race could break the record for being the coldest Grand Prix in F1 history, a title which is currently held by the 1978 Canadian Grand Prix. That race was held in temperatures of 5 degrees Celsius, with some snowflakes even falling towards the closing stages. Gilles Villeneuve won his home race that day and stood on the podium wrapped in a hunting jacket given to him by his manager whilst sleet and snow fell. The most recent F1 running in temperatures that cold came at winter testing in 2018, where lots of time was lost due to snow. Therefore, none of the drivers on the current grid have experienced F1 racing in freezing conditions. Pirelli Motorsport director Mario Isola has stated that racing in the conditions is a step into the unknown, but that he is predicting a lot of track evolution and very low grip. Whilst Pirelli have selected the softest tyre compounds, which are the grippiest, it is clear that not much energy will be generated in the cold conditions and that the warm-up phase will be very difficult. He also stated that Pirelli are bracing to receive lots of complaints from the drivers and teams. The fact that it's a brand new street circuit will have also made it hard for the teams to accurately simulate the surface conditions. Another challenge will be to minimize cooling whilst ensuring that parts of the power units stay either hot enough or cold enough, a difficult balance. The predicted conditions are expected to make the pit lane exit very tricky, as it makes the drivers rejoin the track midway through the first turn, which is a long left-hander, causing slow cars with cold tires to be on the racing line. The grip on fresh tires will be very poor and could cause collisions at that area. There could also be issues at the end of the main straight along the strip, which is very long at 1.9 kilometers, as the tires and brakes will cool as the drivers come down it. This will mean that they could struggle with grip when they get to the track's 14th turn. The low grip conditions could make for a very exciting race, as the drivers will have to wrestle their cars to run on the racing line. Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoy what is set to be a stunning Las Vegas Grand Prix weekend. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe and turn on notifications so that you don't miss any of our fascinating upcoming F1 videos.